guys! Okay, so I am here with a craft haul video, and this is a birthday haul. It is the 30th of October today. Not sure when you're going to be watching this, but it is the 30th of October today, the day of filming, and my birthday was previously on the 19th, and I was an absolute spoiled brat this year. Yay! This year kind of made up for 2020, when I turned 40 and we were in lockdown and couldn't do anything, and last year because, well, last year didn't count, and yeah, so this year definitely made up for that. And as I said, I've been spoiled rotten, and yeah, spoiled little brat, definitely. Got some new bling. I've got a lovely new watch strap. I got some money actually from one of the customers down at the cafe, one of the regulars, and I used it to buy a new watch strap, a leather one, because the plastic ones that I use have started irritating me and bringing me out in a rash, so I got a lovely leather one. And yeah, some new blingies for videoing. Well, not just for videoing, but yeah. This one, well, these are my mum's anyway, but yeah, this one is mama's. Now I've had this for quite some time actually in a bag, along with this one, which I have worn forever and a day. I don't think I've ever done a video on YouTube where I haven't worn that ring. Except I used to wear it on that finger, and it is, that one specifically is my grandma's wedding ring, my mum's mum. That is her wedding ring, and like I said, obviously I used to wear it on there with mine when I wore them. Yeah, so I've had that forever and a day, and mum gave it me a long time ago, because it doesn't fit her, so she gave it me. And I wore it, mine anyway, inheritance. I've always said I'm having all the jewellery. But this one was also in the bag with this. And I've never worn it up until now. When recently we was going through my mum's rings, and yeah, she were looking through, and she's like, oh, I'd forgotten about this one. I'm like, no, yeah, it's been in there forever. She's like, yeah, but it's the same as the one I'm wearing. And yeah, I think Dad bought her this one ages ago. Or it's one that she's had for many years anyway, and it got too small for her, so she put it in the bag with a load of others that I ended up looking after. My grandma's wedding ring is the only one I took out of the bag and wore straight away. The rest of them would be mum's. I was like, well, it kind of doesn't feel very appropriate wearing them while you're still here, sort of thing. It's inheritance, sort of, so I put them away safe. But when she realised this was in there, it is exactly the same as one that she's wearing now that my dad bought her a few years ago. And it was just coincidence that it happened to be the exact same ring, and they are exactly the same colour stone, patterning and everything. So she told me to wear it, so I am. So yeah, we're like twinsies now, we're both wearing the same ring. And this one here, yeah, this one here, this gorgeous little one, my dad bought it mum for, I think it was Valentine's Day. Yeah, I think she said Valentine's Day a couple of years ago. But again, it's too small for her now. And rather than pay the extra money to have it made bigger, which I don't think would be, well, it would be possible, but yeah, she just gave it me to wear. So yeah, I ended up with some new blingies. Yeah, as I said, this is my grandma's wedding ring, my mum's mum. And as I said, I have always worn it on that finger, but once I stopped wearing my rings, I had to put this on that finger, because on this one it falls off. It's too big and it falls off, so it transferred over to that finger. And yeah, so I got some Blitto, and I got a new bracelet as well, cute little Figaro bracelet. Yeah, so rocking the bling at the moment. And then, yeah, proper spoiled brat. Proper spoiled brat I am. I love my family and I love my friends so freaking much. Yeah, so I have a box here full of nothing but craft related items, and it is awesome. It is stuff that I have wanted forever and a day and couldn't afford to buy it in bulk. Yeah, I could have bought the odd one or two, but then I was like, oh no, because I want them all. I never got around to buying them because I could never afford it. Well, friends and family chipped in, and yeah, I've been absolutely spoiled, as well as some of this I did buy with the money left over from the business fund from last year. Yeah, so the business fund is now empty, but I have a very full box of crafting goodies and I am absolutely delighted. It is extremely heavy to lift up. This is what we're going to go through, and then I have a few bits of craft haul goodies as well that I've picked up from charity shops and the market, our flea market a few weeks ago. So I'm going to start with these because these are just awesome. I love them. Taylor realised it was my birthday, and a few days before my birthday was due to come up, he asked my mum to help him, and together they went on Amazon, I think she said, and he purchased some presents for me, and this is one of them. This was my birthday present. He's also apparently purchased a Christmas present too, so that's with mum, and I will get that at Christmas obviously. But yep, bless him, bless his heart, he used his own spending money and everything. Well, spending money, wages from the cafe. But yeah, so he got me these and I love them. They are butterfly, they're actually magnets, but you can take the magnet off and stick them, but they're absolutely gorgeous. I love them. So they're like butterfly decal things, 3D butterflies, and obviously in a vast array of colours. They are amazing. But yeah, so there's a little magnet, so it will magnetise, but they've also got sticky pads in here, so you can put a sticky pad on the back instead and stick it to something. But yeah, so they are just adorable. I love them so much. And he said, I bought them for you, and although they're for you, I bought them for you because I knew you could use them in your crafting. So even though I bought them for you, I'm giving you permission to use them on items that you might want to give away or sell or whatever. So that, how cool is that? He's just so sweet. So there's a yellow and orangey coloured pack, a green pack, beautiful red one, purple one. I love this one. Oh, who am I kidding? I love them all, but yeah, I love this. I love the blue ones. Beautiful blue ones. And then a multicoloured one, which is just stunning. I love it. I'm not going to open them all up. I'll be here all day, but yeah. So, and you don't just, I love it. It's amazing. So, yeah, it's so cute. So proud of him. So I have those. Sorry for the crinkling. Okay. Then, these, my friend, oh, poop, 1 second. Okay, salvaged. Yeah, my friend gave me these from her own stash. She's had these for ages in a big stash that she got from a friend, a crafty friend, that had retired, and she's never used them, so she asked if I would like them, and I'm like, yeah, of course. So she gave them me as a birthday present. But yeah, so these are Dove Craft, and the pigment inks, and we've got a red one, we've got spring green, forest green, we've got deep blue, royal blue, indigo, then we've got hot pink, purple, natural, I'm going to say neutral, natural, so like a brown, and then we have jet black. Super cool. So I have a lovely set of inks there, which is fabulous. But then, because I've wanted these forever and a day, I managed to get them. I have redone my colour palette, my archival ink colour palette, in oxide inks. So I am extremely chuffed about that because I love my archival ink palette, which I'll just get out and show you. I love it, but yeah, I should have known archival. Little did I know archival at the time isn't waterproof, obviously. It says it. No, sorry, is waterproof, not isn't. You know, it says it. Duh. And yeah, so when it comes to doing the ink smushing, I can't do it with these. And I was like, oh no, I got archival inks instead of distress inks. This was a few years ago, so yeah. I have long since wanted the same colour palette, and this one, I'm just talking about this one. I have the neutrals in that palette, but this is my rainbow palette, as I call it. So I've got Barn Door, Spice Marmalade, Fossilised Amber, Peeled Paint, Faded Jeans, Mermaid Lagoon, Picked Raspberry and Dusty Concord. So to me it's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, you know. Rainbow, yeah. And like I said, the idea was to do the ink smushing, and I realised after getting them, oh poop, archival ink is waterproof, you can't do ink smushing with that. So like I said, long since I have wanted the same colour palette in inks or oxides, and finally I got my wish. And I also got these amazing Tim Holtz tubs to put them in as well, which is awesome. So that was a double whammy. Yeah, so I have got my Barn Door. These are all Distress Oxides. I've got my Barn Door. I have got my Spiced Marmalade. I have my Fossilised Amber. I have my Peeled Paint. And I have my Faded Jeans. So that is practically all of those. Love them. Then I have Mermaid Lagoon. Then I have Picked Raspberry. And I also have Dusty Concord. So in those inks there, I have my full archival palette just in those inks there. So I am well chuffed. Now, I have looked for antique linen distress ink for quite some time, because this one has never seemed very juicy. It's always seemed quite dry, and it doesn't put much ink down. I know it's only a pale colour anyway, but it never seems to put much ink down, and I seem to be really pressing down really hard on it to get any ink at all, on the pad to get any ink at all, on the daubers to use, and it frustrates me because I love that colour. So the distress ink I couldn't find I couldn't even find it in a little pad, let alone a big one, other than from the same seller I got this from. Which disappointed me, because I'm like, well, I've already had one from that seller and I wasn't happy with it. So I got it in the Distress Oxide instead. So I got the antique linen. And then I have gone with Iced Spruce, because I have Distress Oxide sprays. So I went through my Distress Oxide spray palette and picked out ones that I really like the most. And I've got them in oxide inks. So I've got my archival palette there. Then I've got my antique linen oxide there. I have vintage photo oxide here. And then I have walnut stain there. The only one missing now from my full palette is hickory smoke and jet black. Black soot. But I can live with that. Not sure if I got frayed burlap, that might be in the next one, but anyway, yeah, so them are the ones that I use. That's like my neutral palette, and I do use the black soot a lot. So I would like to get that in oxide actually, but at the moment it's not on my major. I really want that colour list. So yeah, so then I went with Iced Spruce. Now this is all my, what I call my everyday palette, and that one I really liked it, so I put it in with them. And then I have another tin here, which I have kind of these colours, but a little bit more intense or more pastel tones, based on, again, the Distress Oxide sprays that I really like. So I've got, I have two Fired Brick, Barn Door. I do have two, which is the one I've got two of. That one, Spice Marmalade. Right, so I've got Fired Brick, and I've spaced these out so that when the lid's closed I can see them from the top. These I know what they are because they're in the colour palette order that my archival inks are in. So these I've spaced out. So I've got Fired Brick, I have Spun Sugar, I love that colour. Then I've got Worn Lipstick, Wilted Violet, loved this one, Cracked Pistachio, love this one too, and Broken China. I really love those colours in the Distress Oxide sprays. So yeah, I chose them to go in here, and then I ended up with a Spiced Marmalade because I bought them, like I can't remember what set it come in, what the colours were, but I got one of them as a full set of inks, all different colours, full set. I went through the list, and whatever wasn't in that palette that was in my archival ink, I bought the inks separate, and I somehow ended up buying, I got a Spiced Marmalade in the multi-pack, and then for some reason I ended up putting it in as a single as well, so I got two. So not too bad, because I'll have a spare, but I may even de-stash that at some point or give it away. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so there we go. I am so chuffed that I now have my favourite colour palette here. And yes, and then extras there that I really like in the Distress sprays, the Oxide sprays, and these tins are awesome. So with some money that I had left over, I bought another one. And I love these tins because not only do they, sorry for the squeaking guys, let me get the label off. Yeah. Yes, not only do they hold the inks, but if you squash that and pull it out, then you've just got a lovely storage tin in place of that. You can put that to one side, so you've just got a really good storage tin. Now I will at some point be getting more inks, even if they're, I don't think I'll get any more oxides. I think I will start the colour palette at some point. I will recreate this colour palette in the inks. Then I've got archival inks and oxides in the exact same colour palette, because them are the ones that I use the most. So yeah, I have a spare tin. I was really surprised how good, well, not how good, but how cheap these were and all. I think they were only £12.50. Yeah, so, and this is the big tin, not the, you can get smaller ones. So I have 3 of those tins altogether, but 2 of them do have inks in, which is good for storage. Okay, so that's the inks out of the way. So let's put them back. Where I'm going to put all this stuff, I do not know. I really need to have a serious clear out and reorganise again. I also got this. Let's pop that up there. I got this, which is alcohol lift ink. So I do have alcohol inks, which you know, or if you've watched videos, you will know. I've had a play with them once, I believe. On camera anyway. I've played with them off camera before. I'm due to have another play again, and I was watching old videos of Tim Holtz live on YouTube, and he was showing the alcohol lift ink for stamping after you've done your alcohol inking and everything, and then you use stamps and things like that to lift off the alcohol, and I'm like, oh, that looks really good fun. So I ordered some of that, so I now have that as well. So we will have a play with that. Then I have, this was just one of them things that I needed anyway, some acetone, apart from nail varnish. Yeah, I use acetone for thinning out my glues, and I'd run out, so yeah, that can go up there on the shelf with the isopropyl. Then I have, let's see, where are we? What have we got here? Oh, here. Sticking with the Distress, I have got Distress crayons, which again I have wanted forever and a day. Ouch. So yeah, I kind of went for a nice pastel palette. So we've got those. I have to take them out to show you what they all are, because it, you know, the name of the colour is further down here, which is a bit frustrating, really, because unless you know the colour, oh, it's not down there, but it's there on the side, so unless you know the colour, yeah, you can't tell what it is. So that's Tattered Rose, Scattered Straw, oh, sorry, I'm in focus, yeah, Scattered Straw, Shabby Shutters, Weathered Wood, Milled Lavender, and Old Paper. So that's that Distress palette. Yeah, the crayons. Like I said, I've wanted these forever and a day. So then I went with an in-between one. So we've got Aged Mahogany. Aged Mahogany. I like that colour. Wild Honey. Tea Dye. Forest Moss. Iced Spruce, I like that. I've got that in the oxide stamp, ink pad, if you remember, and I've also got it in the Distress Oxide spray here, and I really like that colour, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then Gathered Twig. I don't have these colours other than in these pens, crayons even. I don't think I've got these, I don't think I've got any of these colours, apart from maybe one or two, in the sprays either. So we've got Barn Door, Ripe Persimmon, Pine Needles, Faded Jeans, I love that colour, Dusty Concord, and Brushed Corduroy. Okay, so we've got Barn Door, Faded Jeans, Dusty Concord, and Iced Spruce, whichever one that was in. Iced Spruce, which I have in the oxides, the archival, and the sprays. Everything else I don't have, so it's going to be fun to work with those colours, because as I said, I've never used them before, so, and I've never used the crayons before. So that's going to be really good fun, because the crayons work the same really as inks and things. You can blend them out with water and that sort of thing. So yay. And I've been doing quite a lot of ink painting recently, so yay for those. Then we have these, which is the birds, Thinlits, the what did they call it? I don't think it has a name actually. Silhouette birds. Okay. Don't know if you can see it. They are adorable. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it and the number. Okay, so it's Silhouette Birds, which is number 665861. And they are so cute. It is unreal. I have played with these actually. I have cut them out, but what I've done with them, I do not know right now off the top of my head. Oh, where are they? I actually did cut some out for this video, and I don't know what I've done with them, because I have had a little bit of a clean up over here, but it's also still a mess, so I don't know what I've done with them. But anyway, they are super adorable. You can do them as silhouettes, or you can do them in coloured papers and things like that. But yeah, so super cute. I've seen them used in many different ways, and I was like, oh, I really like them. So, and I won't say I was disappointed, but I really wanted two things of Tim Holtz this year, which was his eccentric stamp set, which is very similar to the Field Notes one, which I keep calling Condemned. It's a similar setup to that one, but it's out of stock. Everywhere I looked, even on the Tim Holtz website, Tim Holtz website, is it Simon Says Start? I can't remember where it leads you to, but it's out of stock. And I wanted the I forgot what it is now. Let's see. I've got it in my notes. I wanted the eccentric stamps, and I wanted the cracked leather cardstock die. No, cracked leather cardstock. But also they have a die. There's a die as well that I really wanted, and everywhere I looked they were out of stock. So yeah, I went for other things instead, which I'm quite pleased about, because the money that it would have cost me for those, by not getting those, I managed to get a few other things instead. So yeah, really chuffed about that. And I got this one. I've loved this one ever since I first saw it. Snarky cat stamps. It's adorable. I had to have it because, you know, I love cats. Yeah, so we've got 6 snarky cat stamped, well, catser stamps, and then you've got the sarcastic sayings that go with it. So like, I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? I want you to know that someone cares. Not me, but someone. In my defence, I was left unsupervised. Look, I'm not saying that you're old, but if you were milk, I'd sniff you first. I know right from wrong. Wrong is the fun one. If you ever need a slightly distracted, unsympathetic friend, I'm here for you. At times, I'm grateful that thoughts don't actually appear in bubbles over our heads. Don't judge me, and hey, train wreck, this isn't your station. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so very me. So yeah, I'm really chuffed to have that. I'm going to have some fun with that one. Then we have, let's stick with the stamps. So then we have these, which were just cheap stamps on Amazon. So we've got these ones, which are like texture style stamps. And then we've got this, again, more textured stuff. Some bubbles, which do have some writing in them, but I actually can't read it. Not without my glasses on, but yeah, love that. Lovely floral one. Beautiful, love that. I think it's damask. It reminds me of damask, whether it is or not, I don't know, but it's gorgeous, I love it. Then we've got just a text stamp, which is nice. Then we've got more texture again. In fact, I think that is the same as this. Is it? Have I ended up with 2? Yes, I have. I've ended up with 2 of the same stamp. See, I liked it that much, I bought 2. Wow. I did definitely just realise that. Never mind. Then I love this one. Like cracked. Crackle. Love it. And then this one for like the beehive side of things with the bee journal that I'm going to be working on soon. So yeah, I just got a pile of cheap stamps on Amazon, and like I said, I loved it that much. I got 2 of the same one, but that's fine by me. Can use them both together. Yeah, so got those. And then, love these so much. I got these Dilutions sticker words called Back Chat. These are amazing. These are amazing, guys. I love them so much. So yeah, so there's lots of sarcasm, like I said, back chat sarcasm words on here, which people may find offensive, but I think they're flipping hilarious. Okay, so we've got what the bejeebus. Bejesus. What the hell happened? Whoops. Eek, I use that a lot. Made the bed. Early night, yeah. Cleaned the toilet. Almost ironed. Didn't shed a tear. For crying out loud. No fricks given. Love it. Yeah. Kept my mouth shut. Yeah, whoop whoop. Oh yes, hell yes, love them. Really needed to increase my meds. Not really need to increase my, yes, definitely. Oh dear me. Is it 1 o'clock yet? Hangover from hell, yep. Yeah, exercise. I thought you said extra fries. Absolutely, that's me, down to a T. I love it. Now, there's more than that. I can't face adulting today. Yep. There's more than that, but I'm not going to go through them all. There's 8 sheets in total, but yeah, it's just so funny. Love it. Had to have it, and that's Dilutions, Ranger, but it's Dilutions by Diane Reevely. Yeah, and it's called Back Chat. I love it. I have 2 or 3 of the... Is it 2? Or 3? 1... actually, I've got three. No, I've got two of the Tim Holtz words. I keep saying three because this one's with them, but this is tickets. I've got two of the Tim Holtz words ones and word books, and I love them. But this is just, yeah, love it. I thought they'd be really good with the Snarky Cat, actually. So, yeah, love that. Right, then we have this. Not very exciting to you guys, probably, but it is to me. It is just an A3 file box, which I thought would be really cool. Oh, that goes in there. It's popped out. Yeah, this will be really useful for me for when I'm doing gel prints. I'm not going to put my gel plate in it, but I thought it'd be really useful to put gel prints in it after I have done them, the ones that I've like finished and want to keep. So yeah, it's just basically a project box, but for A3, because when I'm gel printing, I have a 12 by 14 by whatever. I have a big one. It's bigger than A4. And I do have a 12 by 12, but I have a bigger one. And I do use A3 paper when I'm using that gel plate. So it's a little bit hard to store though, with it being A3. Yeah, so let's get to these. Oh, this one. Again, I forgot about that. The same friend that gave me the inks I showed you right at the beginning gave me this. Said it's good for all sorts of different things, but also really good for kids. They're like kids' finger paint type stamps, as you can see. But I have this exact set anyway. When I very first started with the journaling and stuff like that and inking, you will actually see me using these. But I cannot, for the love of me, find what I've done with mine. I honestly cannot find them anywhere, so I think they might be in a box upstairs somewhere from when I packed up to move upstairs ages ago. But this is the exact same set, and she gave me those along with the others. So that will be very useful, because now the grandbabies can play too. Not that they can't play with the others, but, you know. And then I got some stencils, which I love. Again, just cheapish stencils from Amazon. I got them as a pack. Get in there. I think I got them as a pack, I can't remember. Yeah, so let me find a piece of paper to put at the back of it, then you can see it properly. Come over. Okay, so we have this one. I got them mainly for, yeah, I did get this as a pack. I got them mainly, these mainly with jelly printed in mind. But yeah, so I think they'll make good backgrounds for pages as well. So I've got that one. This was a pack of, it doesn't say. It actually doesn't say. There's a few. Yeah, so there's that one. Then there's this one. Circles or bubbles. Chevrons. Well, zigzags. Then we have, love this one, brick wall. Love the brick wall one. Then we've got the honeycomb. Again, perfect for working on the bee journal. Then we have diamonds and ovals. Love that one. And these are, to say they're only cheap, they're really good. They're really thick. They're really good. They feel like really good quality. I love them. Then we have this one. Again, I'd probably be tempted to use that in the bee journal. I know it's not a honeycomb, but I like the shapes. And then we have these, which are in threes. Now, I'm undecided whether to keep them like that or just gently with the trimmer slice down that, so I've got 3 individual stencils. So in this pack we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full-size ones, A4 ones as well, which is cool. It's not very often you can get A4 stencils properly, for decent money anyway. But yeah, so I love that one. Then we have a cutesy one with flowers, stars and love arts. Probably won't use that often, but I'll let the grandbabies play with it. Then we've got the squares, triangles and circles. Then we've got stars, kind of like a giraffe print and suns, maybe. Yeah, so that's cool. And then we have this one, which is kind of like a leopard print, stars and circles, and then mermaid or dragon scales. Yeah, so love it. And like I said, they are really good thick quality, so they'll be really good to use on the jelly plate with them, with the gel plate, with them being thick like that. Don't know what it's there. So I don't know what I've done with that, but it's here. Okay, so I'm going to put them back in there because I'm not going to put them in with my normal stencil folder. I'll put them in with the jelly plate mark making tools because, as I said, I wanted them mainly for jelly printing. So, yeah, and then almost done.